What is up, guys? It's your boy Rick Kakis, and today, Bungie just teased the return of one of the most powerful, iconic, and desired weapons in Destiny 2 history. And so, let's get started. Now, this all starts on Twitter, or X if you will, and it comes from the official Destiny 2 team account. Now, what they tweeted was the following. On a clover, if alive, erupts a vast, pure evil, a fire volcano. Now, hold on just a second before you exit out of the video. Don't worry, this isn't going to be like a poetry class. This actually does mean something, and not in terms of what it says actually, but rather in how it's written. Let me explain. If we take the first 5 letters of this tweet, so O-N-A-C-L, so on a clover, the start of that, O-N-A-C-L. Well, now we go to volcano and read that from backwards, O-N-A-C-L. Turns out, if we take the text of this tweet and head over to a random text reverser, then you can simply reverse the text and it actually gives you the exact same thing. We have to do some spaces, on a clover, right? A live volcano. So it is the same text forward and backwards. Now, things get even juicier when we see that the official Destiny 2 Twitter account replied to this and said, "Now, sir, a war is won." So we pop that into the reverse text generator, we click reverse text, and guess what? It's the same backwards. Now, sir, a war is won. Now, what does this have anything to do with anything? Well, the term for, a statement or a word that is the same forward as backwards is a palindrome. And aside from this English lesson, palindrome is also the name of one of the best hand cannons in Destiny 2 history, originally coming all the way back from Destiny 1. And obviously, the Destiny 2 team account tweeting a palindrome and then the Destiny 2 official account replying with another palindrome. Guys, they're teasing the return of the palindrome. It's pretty obvious. So, let's take a look at the palindrome in case you're a new player or you just need a refresher course. This is a Void 140 RPM adaptive frame hand cannon, and importantly, it was a Nightfall weapon, so you could get the adept version. The stats of this weapon, like the starting stats, are very good, and the fact that it could become adept, you could put on that adept range masterwork. This was arguably the best PvP hand cannon in the entire game when it came out. Like, it was right up there in the conversation. It was incredibly highly used within the Crucible because of its stats and also its rolls. So actually, guys, I do have a couple of palindromes that I hid away in my vault outside of Dado's reach, and let's just go take a look at these. So in terms of a PvP roll, I have this one right here. You can get Hammerforged rifling. It actually also came with full bore for even more range. Then you've got high caliber rounds for the flinch. At the time, guys, Quick Draw was nuts. Like, at the time, you would kill for Quick Draw. Now, not so much. And then, of course, Rangefinder. And again, Range Masterwork plus an Adept Range mod. Yeah, this thing was getting up there in terms of range. Like, really, really incredible range. And again, I could get that up to 90 if I wanted to. Man, this was a good roll. Now, in terms of PvE, well, it wasn't quite as good. You have stuff like Overflow plus a One for All here. Again, that was fine for the era, but since this point, better stuff has come out. So, in terms of why this is exciting is simply because, well, we have the old school perks, but every time Bungie reintroduces one of these weapons, we get brand new perks. And I mean, for PvP, it's frankly just gonna be good. I mean, the stats are so good, and if it comes with, Hammer Forged or a small bore, whatever else, ricochet rounds or high caliber rounds, and then as long as it has some decent PvP perks, maybe we have the return of Rangefinder, maybe Opening Shot makes an appearance, stuff like that, it will be incredibly sought after. But for PvE, I also think this could really shine. Again, it's just a great hand cannon at a base level. It feels fantastic to use because its stats are so good. But I actually recently made a video on another Void hand cannon, and that is the Ancient Gospel. Now that's because this is the first and only, if you can believe it, Void 140 hand cannon that can get explosive payload. I think if you're using a hand cannon in PvE, it has to have explosive payload. That gives you infinite range for the explosive damage and lets you use your hand cannon across the map. It makes a massive difference in how many shots it takes to kill an enemy. Like in PvE, it's the difference between, you know, killing a red bar in 2 or 3 shots and 9 shots. It's a crazy difference, guys. Now this also comes with a Rampage. It's just super good. The Ancient Gospel is incredibly good. So the Palindrome will be up against it, but again, you don't have a lot of competition. The Ancient Gospel is by far the best Void 140 hand cannon in the game, and 140s are the best archetype, so it's de facto the best Void hand cannon for PvE in the game because of this explosive payload. As long as the Palindrome can also get explosive payload, its starting stats are like arguably better than the Ancient Gospels. Like, we could have another really top tier Void primary weapon for PvE. So really exciting. We're seeing the Palindrome return for both PvP and PvE. PvE, it didn't really make too much of a splash last time, but my goodness, it clapped some cheeks in the Crucible for a very long time. So definitely a very iconic weapon that's returning. Likely this will return within episode Heresy. The next episode we're getting at the start of February, and we're probably going to get some more information for sure confirming this in a later weekly update. Guys, that's it for the video. Hope you enjoyed and found this informative. If you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickCacus. That is linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.